Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Mental Junk, formerly known as Mrs. Losoyo. I'm still legally Mrs. Losoyo, but for the purposes of YouTube, my brand new channel, it's Mental Junk. This name came about when I created a Google blog called Jen's Mental Junk for all of those random pieces of information that just keeps rolling around in my brain that you have to have some sort of outlet for. Currently, I have no ideas or themes about my channel. It'll just be those random things that clog your brain so much so. Now, the only way to get them out and sanity restored is to say them out loud to strangers. Similar to an earworm, you have to sing to your coworkers so that you can continue to work on that final proposal that will determine whether or not you have a job in the morning. So, I hope you find this entertaining, thought-provoking, or at least better than shoving a fire engine red poker in the visual area of your face. So, my first topic is the problem with pretty. And if you've seen snippets of me on my husband's channel, Losoyo, I don't normally look like this. I'm normally not in, well, you can't see from down there, it's fine. I'm normally not in a corset with the hair curled and the makeup done, and that's because it takes a lot of time, but I do try to look halfway decent before I get out the door from our work day. But I don't consider myself a drop-dead gorgeous person. I was not a pretty kid when I was growing up. I was a chubby kid. I got made fun of a lot. I was disproportionate, and that caused a lot of interesting adjectives thrown my way. So if I've aged well, then I'm happy with that. I do think I'm more attractive now than I was in high school. So I'm hoping that will continue, as opposed to all those really pretty skinny wenches that I went to high school with. I hope they're fat yet happy and not as pretty, because we all think that. Just be honest with yourself. But the problem that I'm having with pretty is coming from a very odd place, and that's because my daughter, who is coming up on 1.5 years, is extraordinarily pretty. And I'm just saying that. Everybody thinks their kid's pretty, even if it's one of those, you know, they're so ugly, they're cute kind of things. Please don't show me your baby pictures early in the morning, because I need my coffee first before I see your little Rugrat type of cute. No, she's truly one of the pretty babies, and she has been ever since she's been born, and it's starting to become a problem. And the problem is she gets all kinds of stuff given to her, and it's things like clothes and toys from the daycare that she goes to. Her grandparents, great-grandma will just give her all kinds of stuff, where you don't even have to ask for it, and it may even not be kid-friendly, but it's, hey, here you go, you can have this. And I know part of it is because she's a cute baby and everybody wants a cute baby and everything, but another part is she is blonde with just natural cute curls, has got the most pretty baby symmetrical face in the world, and she's generally a good child, so it's easy to fall in love with her and likewise give her stuff. And the reason I'm starting to have a problem with this is, it's not that I don't want my daughter to have things. That's ludicrous. I just don't want her life to be easy all the time, without having to ask for things. Things are just handed to her. Everything from stuff to relationships to jobs. Because you and I both know, and studies have even proven that, once again, we paid money for this study, But attractive people get farther. They have an easier time, and they have to really do less sometimes to get far. And while that's completely and totally unfair, I'm at this war with myself because part of me is saying, okay, great, she won't have to deal with a lot of the things that I had to deal with when I was a little kid in school, in high school. But at the flip side, I don't want her to live the majority of her life always having it easy, because then she won't be prepared for when she doesn't get that job, when she doesn't do well in something and they really need certain scores or a certain ability for something, and if she doesn't have it, she gets told no, and she doesn't understand why she isn't getting whatever it is that she's going out for. Or she makes a mistake and it has some pretty serious consequences that happen outside of the safety net of mom and dad. I'm all for her making mistakes and her learning from them. I would just prefer her to make those mistakes while she's still at home. And I know some that's unrealistic, but to the point where she can, to make them where she can still feel the pain of those mistakes, but where mom and dad can help her recover from those and learn from those and move forward. So we're going to teach her about strong character, how to work your money, which I think was a deficit on my end growing up, and how to really be a good, well-rounded person. And I'm just hoping, again, because I'm conflicted, I'm hoping that she continues to be a beautiful person, both inside and out. I don't want her to suddenly grow and go from, wow, you know what, you're a really beautiful baby, and then this instance, because that would stink for her. So we'll see how it goes. We're at a year and a half. If this is still going on in 12 years, we'll touch base back with her. But that's my problem with the conflict going on with regard to my daughter. And another thing that's kind of hypocritical, and I can admit that in my brain, is because I didn't grow up very pretty. Whenever I see a very pretty male or female, I automatically assume that they have had everything handed to them. I assume everything that I'm worrying for my daughter actually came to pass with this person, and therefore doors have opened for them. It's been fairly easy. They've made friends at the drop of a hat. So whenever I meet somebody like that, hello walls, they just bust right on up there, and they have to work about 200% harder just to have me treat them like I would treat anybody else that I just met off the street. Meaning, I don't trust them as fast, and I certainly don't like them, by the way, because they're prettier than me. Again, this is all human nature. Just, if you're not one of the super gorgeous ones that have always been that way, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And I realized that there's been some just really attractive people that I've met that have blown me away as soon as they are given 5 minutes to figure out who they are character-wise. And I know that's something that I have to work on and really just start taking people at face value, because some crazy beautiful people are not jerks, and some really ugly people, yeah, that permeates. That's bone deep, both from a physical standpoint to all the other LY standpoints, you know, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. Get off my face, Lee. And you really just need to, you know, take people as they are, and not discount your intuition. That does factor in, and that is a really good, I think, a really good indicator. So does Malcolm Caldwell. Read his books; they're awesome. So, thanks. That's good for introduction and subject matter number 1. And now that I've talked it out, yeah, I feel better. I feel awesome. So, thanks, YouTube. I will catch you later. Next time I have something bugging the brain waves where I can't function anymore, and I'll unload it on you, and you will either be the one burdened as opposed to me, or you will laugh hysterically and say, "Wow, she's nuts," and feel better about yourself. Take care.